All right, what is going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Week 9 predictions, man. It is already week 9. It feels like the season's going to be over by tomorrow at this point. But we are here, week 9. Want to welcome a special guest back to the channel. Joining us for the weekly predictions, Josh K from the UK. What's going on, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
I can't complain much. I'm still mad that you beat me in the fantasy matchup last year. So hopefully, yes, I'm still mad. Drake Greenlaw and everything. So hopefully we meet again this year so I can get my revenge and get my championship. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we got week 8. Week 8 was last week. Week 9 predictions. Thursday Night Football, we have the Dallas. What the hell? I'm looking at the Steelers game. We got the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. What shall be your prediction, sir?
Well, you think the Packers on form, but I'm pretty sure the Niners beat them twice last year. I think they might have the number. So even though they've had a few injuries, well, I say a few injuries, they've had a lot of injuries. I think the Niners are going to come out with a bit of an upset here. Close game. I think the Niners win 31-27.
Okay. I can see the Niners pulling this off. Green Bay just lost to Minnesota, the 1-6?
Yep.
Vikings. So granted, they are a rival. San Francisco does have good depth. Nick Mullins will probably get the start with Jimmy Garoppolo indefinitely out. George Kittle is out for 8 weeks. The whole defensive line is hurt, of course. Like Josh said, they have a lot of injuries. Like you could set up a starting lineup with all the players that they are hurt with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Green Bay. I can see San Francisco pulling this off, but I'm still going to go Green Bay. Let's go 24-17.
I'm going to go Green Bay here. I think San Francisco can put up a fight, but I think Green Bay is going to come out with a win on the road, 28-18.
Okay. Now we have Sunday matchups. We have the Denver Broncos, who just beat the Chargers in a last-second touchdown. Denver Broncos at the Atlanta Falcons. What's your prediction here?
I'm going to say Denver get the win on the road. I think the Falcons are way too inconsistent to be able to win this game. And I think since Drew Lock's come back, the Broncos have actually looked quite good. So I think the Broncos win. I don't think it'll be that high scoring. I think 24-20 Broncos win.
I agree. I got the Broncos. I don't trust Atlanta. They are coming off of a win, but so are the Broncos. Like you said, since Locks came back, they've started to look revived. Denver wins 23-20.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos here. I can honestly see this being close. I really can. But I think Denver wins 26-24.
Okay. Now, next game, we have arguably the game of the week. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Buffalo Bills. This should be interesting. What's your prediction here, man?
I think the Seahawks win. I think it'll be close because the Bills have a good offense. But the defense isn't playing to the same level as last year. And the Seahawks defense isn't playing that well either, but I think Wilson will carry them to win here. I think it'll be close, so 34-31 Seahawks.
That is exactly my prediction. Seattle Seahawks win 34-31.
Yeah, I got Seattle here. It's going to be a hell of a game, but Seattle's going to win 30-27.
Okay, should be an interesting one for sure, though.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, we have the Chicago Bears, who have lost, what now?
Two straight.
2 straight. At the Tennessee Titans, who have also lost 2 straight to AFC North teams, the Steelers and the Bengals. So what's your prediction here?
I think the Titans will bounce back. It was a bad loss for them last week, but I still think they're a good team. I still think they're going to make the playoffs. The Bears, I'm not high on at all. I don't know what record do they have. Is it 5-3 they are now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think their record reflects any sort of ability. I think the Titans will win this quite easily. I'm going to say 24-10. Titans. The Bears' offense is terrible.
It is truly terrible. They've had so many chances to win games on drives, and Nick Foles has just looked absolutely awful. The trade deadline is today. I don't know why they don't trade for a quarterback like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like
Haskins, maybe.
Haskins, yeah, seriously. So, the Bears are just horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm going Tennessee. Let's go 17-10. I think this is actually a low-scoring game just based on the defenses.
Yeah, I do think this will be heavily defensive. Tennessee has lost 2 straight despite the team that they have. Now, their offense outside of Derrick Henry didn't really do much against the Bengals defense, which is one of the worst. But if they're looking for a bounce-back game and performance, it could definitely be against Chicago's defense, which ain't bad, but this could be a statement win for Tennessee's show, hey, we're still a top team in the AFC. So I think they're going to win here at home 20-14.
Okay. Now, next game is definitely going to be another good one. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Indianapolis Colts. What's your prediction here?
I think the Ravens bounce back. They'll win. I'm not convinced about the Colts. They've had some good wins the last few weeks, but Phillip Rivers isn't what he used to be. And their offense is inconsistent. I think the Ravens will win this game 27-21.
Agreed. I got Baltimore. I am not high on the Colts. I like their defense a little bit. It's definitely looked good. Against Lamar, they could expose him again. But I think the Ravens do bounce back. So I'm going to go Baltimore 26-22.
Yeah, I agree. I think Baltimore's going to get a win here. In a close one, actually, 24-23.
Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers, who could be getting Christian McCaffrey back for the first time since, week?
What was it, week 2, week 3?
Yeah, something like that. We have the the Panthers at the Chiefs. What's your prediction here?
Unfortunately for the Panthers, I think this will be a blowout. The Chiefs are still, in my opinion, the best team in the league, even though they lost the one game to the Raiders. The Panthers have lost their last 3. You know, they started the season okay, but they're struggling now, and they've got a tough schedule coming up. So I think the Chiefs win 41-18.
Interesting. I was thinking this is going to be more of a close game just because they might be getting McCaffrey back. And DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson have stepped up big time. And Bridgewater hasn't looked too bad. But that defense, however, for the Panthers is not good whatsoever. And against Patrick Mahomes, they're going to suffer. I'm going to go Kansas City 33-27.
Yeah, I do think this will be close, but I got Kansas City winning here. I'm going to say 31-28. I think Buckner gets a game-winning field goal.
Got you. Next game, we have the Lions at the Vikings, an NFC North matchup. What's your prediction here?
I think the Vikings will win this game. A lot of people are high on Detroit, but I don't see it really. They're sort of inconsistent. And the Vikings will be on a high after winning last week. So I think the Vikings will win this 27-24. It'll be close, but Vikings pull it out.
Yeah, I agree. Vikings pull it out. I believe that Golladay is out again. So that's really gonna hinder the Lions offense from getting anything going. So I got the Vikings here. I can see Dalvin Cook having another incredible game. 29-20, Minnesota.
Yeah, I got Minnesota win here at home. Without Kenny Golladay, the Lions aren't anything. They don't really have a determined number one. You know, when Galladay's not in there, they can't get a rushing game to go consistently at all. So Minnesota 26-17.
Okay. Next game, we have a garbage matchup. It's just the NFC East. New York Giants at the Washington football team. What's your prediction here?
Oh, this game's going to be terrible, isn't it? But I think the Giants will win on the road. You can see they've been improving every week. Even though they're still not good, they've got much better from when they played us in week 1, and they almost won yesterday. I don't think Washington have got anything going. I don't think they're getting any better, even though they beat Dallas. I think the Giants will win this game 17-14.
Interesting. I'm actually going to go with the football team. I think that defensive line of Washington will cause a lot of horror for Mr. Daniel Jones over there in New York. The Buccaneers defensive line in front seven kind of did something similar last week. Now he kind of stepped up as the game went on. He threw a great touchdown pass to Golden Tate for what could have been a game-tying touchdown until they got screwed over there by the refs.
On that 2-point conversion.
Right. So I'm actually going to go Washington. I think that defensive line of Washington causes Jones to make a lot of mistakes like he's been doing pretty much his whole career.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Washington, actually. 23-13.
Yeah, I'm agree. I think the football team, it's still weird saying that, but the football team's going to get the victory here. 24-14.
Okay. Next game, we have an obvious one. We have the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will be starting their 6th-round rookie, Jake Luton. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. I don't even know who the dude is. What's your prediction, man?
I think this is easy. I think the Texans will win this. The Texans aren't good themselves, but they've had a tough schedule, and maybe they're a little better than their 1-6 record shows. The Jags are just terrible. There's no way of getting around it. They're really bad. So I think Houston will win this easily. 27-14.
Yeah, Houston wins. I'm going to go 37-21. The only reason why they get 21 points is because James Robinson's a fucking beast.
Yeah, and I think that's what Jacksonville's going to try to do. They're going to try to run with him a lot, considering Houston's rush defense alone is not too good. And that's what could keep them in the game, but I think the Houston offense is what's really going to help them here a lot and get them to win. I'm going to say Houston 30-20.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. Next game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers, who just keep blowing leads for some reason. What's your prediction here?
Raiders win. I think Justin Herbert's been great, but he's not going to be enough on his own to drag the Chargers to beat the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be a playoff team this year. I think they've got something good going with Gruden, and they're a little inconsistent, but yeah, I think the Raiders are going to end up being a good team down the stretch. So yeah, I'm going to say Raiders, fairly close, high scoring, because both defenses are kind of terrible. So 33-30, Raiders win.
Okay, I agree. I agree with everything you said. Herbert's been great, but he doesn't have much he doesn't have much help over there, specifically coaching-wise over there in Los Angeles. Anthony Lynn needs to go. Vegas, I do believe, will be a playoff team. Whether that's the 6th or 7th seed, we'll find out, but I think they will just edge it into the playoffs. Vegas wins 28-24.
Yeah, I got Las Vegas getting the win here. Realistically, I think the Chargers should be, like, at best 5-3, but because they keep blowing leads and their coaching staff is very questionable, they're at this point. I think the Chargers are a lot better than what their record shows, but they just can't seem to get anything going.
And they don't even have Austin Eckler back yet.
No, they don't. He doesn't even, he's a help, but even then, still. But I think Vegas is going to win 26-23.
Okay. Now the next game, this should be an obvious one, right? We have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Dallas Cowboys. You are, of course, a Steelers fan, Mr. Josh K. What's your prediction here?
Well, obviously you'd expect us to blow them out, and I'm not saying we won't play well. I think we will play well, but you know what the play calling's like, and you know what the coaches are like. If we've got a lead, you can kind of see them trying to run the clock down. So you saw with the Cardinals when they went to Dallas, they were still trying to get points late and really blow them out. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll get a healthy lead early and just kind of see the game out. Their quarterback situation is terrible. I don't think they'll be able to score many points against us. Maybe they'll get a late one. So I'm going to say 31-10, we'll win. But it should be more.
It should definitely be more. I believe we should score 40 points on these dudes. They have allowed the most points in their first 8 games since the 50s, I heard, or something like that. It's crazy. And we scored 38 points back-to-back a few weeks ago. So against this defense, which is not only last in rushing defense, but their secondary is god-awful, and the weapons we have, yeah, we should definitely blow these dudes out.
It should be a no-brainer, especially considering who is starting at quarterback now.
Ben freaking DiNucci. Because Andy Dalton is on the COVID list.
This should be a blowout, like realistically, come on.
Well, I'm hearing that they might even start Cooper Rush, who's currently on their practice squad. They are a mess.
They're desperate.
And with Mike McCarthy a head coach, they are a freaking dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm. They really are.
This should be a blowout. Does this have the makings of a trap game? Sure. But this team hasn't showed signs of playing down to inferior competition. At least not to the extent that we normally see the Steelers do so.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh wins 40-6.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh 34-9.
Yeah. Huh. Miami, who just beat the Rams with Tua starting his first game. We have Miami at Arizona. What's your prediction here?
I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here. I think the Dolphins will win on the road. I like Tua. I'm not sure how quickly he'll adapt to being a starter, but I think it was the right time to bring him in. The Cardinals have been good. They beat the Seahawks. They played really well in that game, but they've had some really inconsistent games as well. They lost to the Lions. They lost to the Panthers, teams like that. I think the Cardinals might make the playoffs, but they're not consistent enough for me. I think the Dolphins will win this. I like the Dolphins this year, so they'll win 23-20. Fairly low-scoring game.
I think this will be low scoring. I do believe this will be close, and I agree. I do like the Dolphins this year, and they're only going to get better, especially with how much draft capital they have for next year. So Tua looked pretty decent in his first start. Believe it or not, this is actually a factual statistic. The Dolphins have allowed the fewest points in the league with like 138. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed. I'm still going to go Arizona. I can see Miami pulling off the quote-unquote upset, but I'm still going to go Arizona. They just edged it out 20-17.
Yeah, I got Arizona. I do think this will be pretty competitive. Miami's playing a lot better. They really are, especially that defense too. But I think Arizona's going to pull out the win here, 27-24. Arizona.
Okay. Sunday Night Football, of course. We have a Week 1 matchup. We have the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe the Saints won their matchup in Week 1 in New Orleans. This is in Tampa Bay now. Tampa Bay is actually coming off a few wins. So what's your prediction here?
Well, obviously the Saints beat them Week 1, but you can tell this is a different Tampa Bay team than then. I'm not sure AB will play in this game. I don't think he will. I think it's the week after his first game will be. But yeah, I think the Bucs will win this quite easily. The Saints don't really convince me all too much. And I don't know what the Michael Thomas situation is.
Yeah, me neither. He's pissing me off in fantasy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the Bucs are one of the best teams in the NFC right now, and I think the Saints are going to be fighting for a wild card. So, I think the Bucs will win 27-20.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Bucs as well. Whether Antonio Brown plays, I'm not sure. I believe he was suspended 8 games, so he should be eligible to play in this game, I believe. I could be completely wrong. But whether he plays or not, Tampa Bay's still going to win. Like you said, this is a definitely different Tampa Bay team compared to Week 1. They're definitely looking better. I'm going Tampa Bay here, 31-22 in Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tampa Bay. I honestly don't know what the hell's up with the Saints. They looked real good Week 1 when they beat Tampa Bay, but they've been suffering injuries. Michael Thomas hasn't really been playing because of his injury, and the Saints have been very lackluster compared to the talent that they possess. And Tampa Bay's playing, pretty significantly right now, and considering Antonio Brown's making his, return or start.
Season debut.
Yeah, for the
Bucs debut, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Bucs are going to get the win here, 29-26.
Yeah. Now, to close out Week 9, guys, we have Monday Night Football. We have the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. The Patriots have lost 4 straight. This is an AFC East matchup. If they do not beat the Jets, then I firmly believe that the Patriots are fully tanking for a quarterback. Well, I think they still are, nonetheless, if they beat the Jets or not. But, yeah, what's your prediction here?
Well, let's be honest. This game should have been flexed out of Monday Night Football. Nobody wants to watch this.
No one wants to watch the Jets in prime time. Who gave them prime time?
This game, I'm kind of torn between this game because the Jets are obviously terrible, but New England have lost 4 straight, and the Jets have looked a little better in the last few weeks. They almost beat the Bills. So I'm still going to say New England wins. It'll be a terrible game. I think it'll be 13-10. One of the worst games of the year.
Definitely. Cam Newton's not playing good. He gave up the win, or the potential win last week against the Bills. I'm going to go New England, 25-9.
Yeah, I can't see New England losing this. They're on a 4-game losing streak, and the Jets have yet to get a win. This is in New York. The Jets have home field advantage, but it is New England. Although they're not I just can't see New England losing. But if they do, I think we're all going to be throwing a party because that would be just absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, New England gives the Jets their first win of the season. Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly. But New England's winning. Like, let's be serious. 23-10.
Yeah.
No way.
So that is our Week 9 predictions with Josh K. Man, give us you guys his predictions down in the comments below. I want to thank Josh K. for his time, his predictions, and for coming on to the channel. We appreciate it, man. You're always a great guest to come on and talk football with, as always. You are...
Thanks for having me on. It's always a good fun.
Absolutely, no problem. Anytime, man. Good luck in the Minka giveaway, of course, at the end of the season. And you are more than welcome to join us in the piece for the outro, man.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!